I ran my entire workday inside one AI tool from the first email I opened to the last thing I wrote. No cheating, no jumping back to my normal apps when it got annoying. Just me and Claude for a full day of real work. Some of it genuinely shocked me at how good it was, and then there was the one job it flat out refused to do on its own. What's up, you guys? My name is Ashley, and this is the AI Academy, so let's go ahead and get into it. So this is kind of like a field report from someone who treated AI like a coworker for a day and is telling you the real behind the scenes. So by the end, you'll know exactly where it shines, where it still needs you, and the one type of work it just refuses to do on its own. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I started where most of us start, which is a messy inbox. I had a few dozen emails sitting there, and instead of opening each one and slowly losing my will to live, I asked Claude to go through them and tell me exactly what mattered. And this was the first moment I sat back a little. It grouped things for me. It told me which messages needed a reply today, which ones were just updates I could skim, and which ones were honestly fine to ignore. What would normally take me 20 minutes of clicking around took about 2 minutes of reading a clean summary. That alone felt like getting an hour of my morning back. Then I pushed it further and asked it to draft replies to the ones that needed answers, and this is where the balance starts to show up. The drafts were really good, polite, clear, and they actually sounded like a person. But they weren't necessarily me, and a couple of them missed context that I only really had in my head. So I edited. I changed a sentence here, added a detail there, softened one reply that came out a little too formal. The thinking and the structure were done for me, but the final judgment was still mine. And honestly, that's just the right split. I would not want it sending emails as me without a human glance first. Next step was planning the day. I dumped everything in my head into the chat, every task, every half-finished idea, every I need to do that thing rattling around. Then I asked it to help me sort out my priorities. This part surprised me too. It didn't just make a to-do list, it asked smart questions back. It noticed 2 tasks that depended on each other and suggested I do one first. It flagged that I'd packed too much into the afternoon, as I typically do. It felt less like a tool spitting out a list and more like talking it through with someone who was actually paying attention. Another thing I have it do too is I can send it to my Notion. So it has my whole Notion planner attached, so it will update all of that for me, update my goals, update my habits, and everything in between. One thing, though, that is really important is it waited for me. It never decided my day for me. It helped me think, and then it sat there until I told it what came next. Stick with me because in a few minutes, I'm going to get to the one type of work this whole experiment proved AI is not that great at, and it's probably the exact thing you were hoping it would handle. So by mid-morning, I needed to do some quick research for a project. Normally, that means a dozen open tabs and a slow descent into reading things I didn't need. Instead, I just asked my questions in plain terms and got answers I could actually use, with the back and forth happening right there. When I didn't understand something, I said, explain that simpler, and it did. That being said, I still double checked anything important before I trusted it because it can sound confident and still be off. So research with AI is fast and genuinely helpful, but you're still the editor, so just keep that in mind. You still have to be the one who decides what's true and what's worth using. After that, I had a pile of messy meeting notes, the kind, half sentences, names with no context, 3 different topics mashed together. I pasted the whole mess in and asked for a clean summary with clear action items. This might have been my favorite moment of the day. It turned chaos into something I could actually send to someone else without being embarrassed. It pulled out who was supposed to do what. It even caught a decision I'd half forgotten we made. For taking something messy and making it organized, this was close to perfect and barely needed me at all. Then came to writing content, and this is where I want to be really honest with you. It's a very strong writing partner. It got me past the blank page, gave me a solid first draft, helped me reword things that were clunky, but the stuff that makes writing sound like a real human, the specific story, the actual opinion, the little turn of phrase that's just you, that part was still me. It does the heavy lifting and the structure, but you do the soul and energetics part of it. It's really not a complaint because that's exactly what you want. You don't want it to just be AI. And once you've gotten to a point where you can save your brand voice as a skill, that becomes so much easier. Now, let me flag the common mistakes because I made a couple of these and watched the experiment teach me the hard way. The first mistake is handing it something vague and expecting magic. If you ask for help me with my emails, you get a shrug. If you tell it exactly what you want and give it the context, it's a totally different tool. The second mistake is trusting it blindly. It will sound sure of itself even if it's wrong, so you have to be the one who still continues to check. The third mistake is expecting it to do things while you're not there. And that is actually one of the biggest things that I was really surprised by. So here's what the whole day made obvious. Everything that worked, the inbox triage, the planning, the research, the cleanup, the writing, all of it happened while I was sitting there talking to it. It's incredible at thinking with you, but it's not built to go off and do repetitive things things on its own. The clearest example for me was follow-ups. All day I kept noticing emails and leads and little threads that needed a second or third nudge later, and Claude could draft every one of those for me beautifully. What it couldn't do was remember to send them 3 days from now without me. It waits for you. That's the whole personality, which is perfect for hands-on work, but useless for the always-on stuff that should just run in the background. That gap is exactly where I'd reach for something like Lindy AI, and that's why I'm bringing it up here. So Lindy is built for the part Claude won't do on its own, the automations that run by themselves, the follow-up that goes out on day 3, whether you remember it or not, the reply that fires the second a certain email lands, the little repetitive tasks that don't need a conversation, they just need to happen on schedule every time without you babysitting them. If the thinking with you work is one half of an AI workday, this is the other half, and it's the half that actually runs while you're asleep. If you want to check out Lindy AI, the link is down in the description below. You can get started absolutely for free. So I wanted to quickly touch on a couple of the different plans and pricing options. So this is the Plus plan. It's $49.99 per month. You get standard usage up to 2 inboxes, chat via message, meeting note taking, meeting scheduling, meeting prep, 100 plus integrations. Then they've got the Pro plan, which is $99.99 a month. You get 3x more usage than Plus, 3 inboxes, computer use. Pick the model Lindy runs on, live onboarding session, and then the Max, which is $199.99 per month. You get everything in the Pro, but you get more inboxes and 7x usage. They do have an enterprise plan as well, but you have to go ahead and talk to sales. Okay, now let's put it all together. I ran a real workday inside AI and it crushed the hands-on stuff. It triaged my inbox, drafted my replies, helped me plan and prioritize, did fast research, turned messy notes into something super clean, and got me through writing. For every one of those, the patterns was the same. It did the thinking with me and I brought the judgment and the human touch. It's a fantastic assistant and it's not a replacement. And that's the most useful thing that I've learned. The repetitive, always-on tasks like automatic follow-ups are the one thing that it won't do alone, and that's the job for an automation tool that runs on its own. So if you do want to handle those always-on tasks yourself, that link to try Lindy AI is down in the description below. I do want to mention that these are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use our links, we just want to thank you so much in advance for supporting our channel. It really helps us to continue to create free content just like this. And if this helped you, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe for more AI videos that keep it super simple. That wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.